Ted Nugent, Stranglehold. Okay, this one's a doozy. A lot of soloing there in the middle and a few different riffs. No, not too many, but it's mostly just a big soloing extravaganza. So we'll start here with the opening riff, and it's kind of, you're hitting a lot of the A here, and we're going from the 5 on the D to the 7 on the D, just like that, hammering on while hitting that open A. And then we're palm muting a little bit on the open A's, and then we're accenting on the 7 here on the D with that. Then we come down here and we bar the D, G, and B on the 5. Then we bring that as a hammer on to 7, D, G, and B. And then a quick pull off back to 5. And then back up here to the open A with the 7 on the D. Then we end it all off with a G to an A here. So 3rd fret to 5th fret. Okay, and the next segment, pretty much the same thing, except instead of doing the 3-5 at the end, we're going to come up here and do a little flourish here with the 8 on the B and the 7 on the E. So just hitting a different spot with that G. We're going to slide that 8 and 7 up to 10 and 9. Just like that. For the riff during the verses, it's kind of the same deal, but different voicings to make it sound a little bigger, I suppose. So we're just we're hitting that A still, A chord, but we're hammering on from open, and then we're going to bring it the 2nd fret on the D, G, and B to make that A chord. And we're just hammering on that. And then here we're going to do the full C to D chord here. So 3rd fret to 5th fret. And back to the hammer-ons here. And we come up here and do a E, so open, and then 3rd fret to G, 5th fret to A. Alright, now we're getting into some of the soloing here. Kind of the first little solo segment. A lot of bends going on here, pretty fun. So we're starting at 7 on the G, and 5 on the B, so that when we bend we get that that unison note where it's so we're bending that 7 so that it ends up matching this 5 here on the B. And basically we're doing that, but we're just bringing it to different positions here. So we're starting here at the 7, and we do about 4 times. Just like that. Then we come up to 10 and 8. Then we come up to 12 and 10, and we do kind of some quicker bends here, like 3. Back down to 10 for 2. Back up to 12. And then all the way back down to 7. So it sounds like this. And then just to finish off that little solo section, we have a quick scaling up the neck here. So we'll start here with at 7 on the G, and then 5, 5 on the B and the E. A quick pull off from 8 on the B to 5. Okay, we'll do that twice. And then an 8, 5 on the E. And then 8, 5, 8 on the B. Slide up to 10. Then we do it 8, 10, 8 on the E. Back to 10. And then we come up here and do a 17, 15. 17 B, 15 on the E. 3 of those. So we put that together. Alright, and then the solo during the little key shift here, it kind of sounds like the bass is doing this, but I don't know. I just mimic it on the guitar also, because it gets pretty low, but the key jumps up to F sharp, and if you just wanted to do the chords on this, you would just basically do what you were doing with the, except you'd be up here to F. But I think everyone's just going to want to play the solo on this part. Okay, so, and it has kind of a trippy like phaser effect on it or something like that too, which is another reason why I think it's the bass, because the bass has that effect on it. But anyway, we can start here, 4th fret on the A, and on the D we do a 2, 4, 2, 4, and then again 4 on the A, 2, 4, 2 on the D, and then we bend the 4 on the G, and then we do a little scale down here, 2, 4 on the D, 2, 4 on the A, open to 2 on the E, and then open to 2 on the A, bend the 2, and then back to 4 on the A, 2, 4, 2, 4 on the D, then some 2s on the D, 3 open A's, so we'll try that together. And then we just bend some fours here on the G. Okay, and that's the little segment during that F sharp key change. And now the main solo kind of comes in here. It gets back into the key of A, and we're going up to right in this area here. So key of A, we come up to the 8th fret, bend it on the 8th fret on the B, hit a couple 5s on the E, bend that 8 on the B again, bend that 8 on the B, release it, and then 5 on the G, 5 on the B, to 8, 5 on the G, and then a few 8s on the B, 10 on the B, 8 to 12 on the E, to 10 on the B, 8 on the E, 10, 12, 15 on the E, to 13 on the B. Okay, then we come up here to 15 on the B and the E. We're going to hit the 15 on the E, bend the 15 on the B. Do that a couple times. And then we're going to hit the 15 on the E, release the 15 on the B, to the 13 on the B, and then bend the 15 on the E so that it matches a 17. And you just hold that a while. You really want it to sustain because he holds that note forever right there. This next section, you're kind of hitting a couple notes together, giving them a little vibrato and just kind of a little bend to them. It's going to be the 15 on the E, 16 on the B, and just like kind of a quick bend, like that. Maybe just 2 little quick bends here. Get that sound. And then it comes up to the 17 and 20, so hopefully you got enough frets on your guitar, easy to reach. That's why I'm using this guitar, because a ton of frets and they're easy to get to. Okay, here we go, 17, 20, bend the 20, back to the 15, 16, to the 17, 20, 13 to 12 on the E, pull off, 13 to 12 on the B, back to 13, 12 on the E, and then we were back up here to bending on the 15 on the B with the 15 on the E. Okay, and some more bending around the 15 here, the pull off. So we're going to hit the 15 on the E, release the 15 on the B, and then go to 13. Okay, then 13 to 15. 15 on the E, and then pre-bend and release the 15 on the B. And go to 12. So all together. scale here. We go 12 on the B to 13, 15, 13, 12 on the E, 15, 13, 12 on the B, back to 13, 12, 14 on the G, 12 on the B, back to 14 on the G. Okay, now some bending around the 14 on the G. We're going to start with 12 on the G, and then bend that 14. Release it and bend it again. And then we'll do a bend at 14, and then 12, 12 on the B and E. Back to bending on the 14, releasing and then bending again. And another 14 bend, 12, 12. And then just rapidly 14, 12, 12, 14, 12, 12. And kind of let that just turn into just hitting all of it, the 14 and the 12s together, and just bending away. Okay. After all that bending chaos, then we're going to slide up to 13 on the B a couple times, and then back to bending on the 15 on the B, and then hitting the 15 on the E a couple times. Release it, go to 13, bend that 15 on the E. Having that bend on the 15, we're going to come down and have a 17 on the E, and then we're going to hit that 17 and have a 15 on the B already bend, and we're going to release that after each 17 hit and just alternate between that. So it sounds like that. Times, and then we go 15 to 13 on the B, and then here we'll do a little scale down, 13 to 15, to 12, 12, 13, 10, and then we go 10, 12, 13, 13, 12, 10, 7, 5. Okay, so. Okay, and then we do a 5, 7, 8, couple eights. 7 to 8 with a few eights. Hammer on pull-offs, 8 and 7 on the B. And then 3 5s on the B. Then we come up here to 5, 7, 8 on the E. 3 8s. 8, 7, 8. 7, 8. Up to 10, 12, to 5. Then we slide up to 14 on the G, 13 on the B. Then we do a quick slide up to 17 twice. And then down. And then there's kind of an odd sounding wavering bend thing that fades in and then fades out here. I like to play it like this here, with a 14 on the G and a 17 on the B, and you can control the volume here, something like that, but you're just basically hitting those two notes and just slightly bending the 14 back and forth, but you add that volume to it. Kind of has that weird swell that comes in. Okay. And then from there we go back to 15 on the B, and we release that, pre-bend it, to 13. Bend that 15 again. Bend it and stop. And then hit the 14 on the G. Bend the 13 B. So. And then we come up here, bend the 17 on the E. Not too much, just a little bit. Okay, and 13 on the B. 15, 12. Descending part here. Between just kind of going back and forth with the E and the B here. We're starting at 17 on the E and 15 on the B. So we hit the 17, 15, and then we're going to slide that to 13. 15 on the E, and then 13B, slide it to 12. Okay. And then 13 on the E, 12 on the B to 10. Twelve on the E, 10 on the B to 8. Okay. 10 on the E, 8 to 7 on the B. 7 on the E. And then here we just kind of do some picking through. So we do 7 on the E to 5 on the B to 7 on the G. 5 on the E, 7 on the G to 5. Back to a hammer on 7. 5 on the B. 8 on the B. 3 5s here on the E. And then a quick 17 slide out on the E. Alright, and then some more picking around here. in the 5, 7, 8 area. So we start on the B here. We go 5, 7, 8, 7, 5. And then bending on the 8 on the B. Hit it a couple times while it's up there. Release it. And then we do a 5, 7 on the G to 5 on the D. 8 on the E to 5 on the G. Okay, 5, 7, 8 on the B, 5 on the E, 8, 7, 8, 7 on the E. Then we do 3 5s on the B, 8, 7 on the E, 5 on the E, 7 B, 3 5s on the B, 8, 7 on the E, 5 to 5, 5 on the E, 5 on the B. Three 5s here, 3 5s on the B, 8, 7, 5 on the E, 8, 7, 5 on the B, 7, 7 on the G and D, then the 5 on the G, and then do a 5, 5, 5, D to the A to the D. Oh, sorry. Then we do a 5, 5, 5, 7 on the D, bend the 5 on the G, 3 7s on the D. And then here I'll just kind of bringing back that weird volume swell bending, but I'll do it here at 5, maybe that. Pretty cool. And then it goes into kind of a lower part up here. We're bending 3rd fret on the A. There's some quick little stop bends. And we do 5, 3, 5 on the E, bend 3 on the A, bend 3 on the A, 5, 3, 5 on the E, and then bend 5 on the A, picks up a little bit. We do a 3, 5, 3 on the A, 0, 3, 5 on the E, back to 3 on the A, and here we do a quick 5, 3, 3, 0 on the A. 3 to 5 on the E, 3 open, 3, 5, 5. Something like that. Then we start scaling up here. We slide up to 7 on the A. Do a 5, 7, 5 on the D. Come back to 7 on the A, then a 7 on the D, and then we do a 5, 7, 5 on the G, on the D. And then we do a 7 bend to 5, 5 on the B and E. Okay, and then we do 5 to bending on the 7 on the G. Hit the 8 on the E. Release the 7. 7, 5, 7 on the G. To 5 on the E. To the 7 on the D. Okay. And we're going to do a slide up to the 7 on the A. 5, 7, 5 on the D. And then open A. Start really quick. Something like that. Then we're going to do bend 7s on the G and B. 8 on the B. Release the pre-bent 7 on the G. 5 on the G. 7 D. 5, 7 on the G. 5 on the B. Bend the 5 on the G. Okay, 7, 5 on the D. 7 on the A. 5, 7 on the D. 7, 5 on the G. 7 on the D. 5, 7, bend on the G. Hit the 8 on the E. 5 on the G. Okay, kind of an interesting part here. We're going to do a quick little 5, 8 on the B, 5, 8, 5 on the E, back to 8 on the B. And slide up here on the E, and we're going to go 14, 13, 12. And then a quick little 5 to open on the E, 8 on the B, back to 5 on the E, and then come back up to that 14, 13, 12. And then do a quick little 12, 15, 12 hammer on the E. Okay, and then we're just going to kind of double time that whole process. And then just start bending, doing the 15 to 15 bend here, 15B and with the 15 on the E. Release it, 13, and hit 17 on the E. Kind of ending the big middle solo here, just a quick little 17, 15 on the E to 17 on the B, 15, 17 on the E, and then slide it out. And then come back with a funky little slide up to 14 here on the E, bend 13 on the B. Okay, and hit 5, 5, 5, D, G, B. Kind of hold that. then just kind of some light loose picking here with like a 5-7 on the G. Bend the 7. 5 on the G. 5D. And some quick 5s on the D here. 7 on the D. 7A. 5D. 5G. 7D. And hit 5-5-5 D G B. Slide it out. And then just slide out that 17 on the E. And that ends the big solo in the middle there. Okay, this part's kind of fun. It's a little bit of technique going on here. Some more volume swelling, sliding techniques here. Okay, so we're gonna hit this here, the 5-5-5 on the DGB, like that. We're just kind of just try to bend it a little bit like that, but we're gonna volume swell it. And once we get to that peak volume, then we're just gonna slide it out. And then we do the same thing, but we move up to 7. Okay, back and forth with those. It's basically part of a G chord here. So 5-4-3 here on the DGB. We do that to open. Back to it. And then to the A. 2-2-2. And we hit a couple of open A's. Back to it again. This time we're going to slide up to 7-6-5. Then to the A. With the 3-4 threes on the E here, power chords. The last one we slide it up to the 5th fret here for the A. Pick slide here. So got your pick. Go crossways on the strings with it. We've all done that. We know how to do that. Okay, and then just end that off with the A. You could do it right here at the 5. Okay, and at the very end here, the tempo picks up, and it's just kind of a really quick version of the intro part. So we're just kind of doing that whole thing, but we're just picking it twice as fast. And here you just kind of do instead of doing we're just doing a quick 5 to 7 on the D. G chord here, 3rd fret. And from hitting that, you can just kind of freestyle some pentatonics in the G. Just kind of willy-nilly freestyle pentatonics like that. And then end it all off with the A at the 5th fret. Same deal, just kind of pick away into the pentatonic. End it all off. Alright, that's Stranglehold, 10 Nugent. Good luck, everybody. Thanks.